We're learning the elementary school student accused of attacking a teacher likely will not face charges because he's too young in the eyes of the law. Local 10's Ian Marble is live. He's in Pembroke Pines now with this update. Ian, this little boy is only, 5 years old?
5 years old, and that is why he likely will not face charges. The law basically saying he isn't old enough to know right from wrong at this point. And today we also learned this teacher has some pretty serious injuries and actually needs surgery, and it's possible this student has actually hurt this teacher more than once. This all happened on Wednesday in a class for students with special needs at Pines Lakes Elementary in Pembroke Pines. Apparently, two students, a 4 and a 5-year-old, began throwing things around the classroom and flipping chairs. The 5-year-old, who everyone has been talking about at the center of this, was brought to another room to help calm him down, but apparently he lunged at the teacher when she wasn't expecting it. When first responders got there, she had fallen backwards, smacked her head. The 13-year veteran teacher was unresponsive for those first responders. She was rushed to the hospital. We're told she suffered a pretty major concussion along with several other major injuries. And Anna Fusco, the president of the Broward Teachers Union, says this is actually the third time this teacher has had to be taken from the school by fire rescue because of injuries from this student, that she's actually asked the school district for help in the classroom more than once, but has been told the district doesn't have the resources.
Enough with the excuses, and do it for the good of the student, which in turn is for the good of the whole class, and is for the good of the employee. That mother has a right to go home to her child without being injured to take care of her child, and not be choked out, a bookshelf thrown on her, and now this concussion and everything else. It's not okay.
So the good news is that teacher is back home, but again, her injury is pretty serious and she still does need that surgery. Again, this 5-year-old likely will not face charges, but again, this is all still under investigation and police say anything could change. Live in Pembroke Pines, I'm Ian Margle, Local 10 News.
Well, what can I say? It seems our schools have all but gone astray. We have teachers assaulting students, students assaulting teachers, just when I thought I had heard and seen it all. But it seems that once again, our public school system is in serious need of an overhaul. Let's talk on the mic. Hello, good people. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker, coming back at you live once again from the Lone Star State with another edition of the Media Mike Speaks. All right, good people, this story was sent to me by one of my subscribers, and yeah, I heard about it in the news, but I had to take another look at it, and I have some questions, and I don't know about this one, but I'm going to share my thoughts with you about this. It is 17 minutes past the hour, and yes, we are the voice of the everyday citizen. So let's get to this story here. Now, this teacher, Trisha Meadows, I believe she has been teaching at this school for about 13 years. Now, she was assaulted by a 5-year-old. I don't know if it was a he or she. I don't know, but I'm pretty much taking a good educated guess. It probably was a young male 5-year-old. Now, I know you're probably asking the question, how does a grown adult get beat up by a 5-year-old, assaulted by a 5-year-old, say to where they're in need of medical attention? Well, I'm going to give my theory on this. But in the meantime, the union, the Florida Teachers Union, have got involved. They're demanding answers about how the student allegedly attacked this teacher, who ended up in the hospital and needed surgery. Now, let me give you the rundown on this story, good people. Last Wednesday, just before noon, police in Pembroke Pines were called to Pines Lakes Elementary School after a 5-year-old student allegedly attacked veteran special needs teacher Trisha Meadows. Now, that was the first catch. Special needs teacher. So, To ask this question is to answer it. Was this student special needs? I can give a good educated guess. I probably think so. Now, according to the Teachers Union President, Anna Fusco, to say this is unacceptable isn't strong enough. She quotes, "No one should have to go home to their family with a black eye, a broken nose, or a cracked head. Real injuries that have happened, as you saw in the video streamed reel before. We don't get training in how to go into combat with students or how to protect yourself against a chair or a bookshelf getting thrown on you. Probably not. As you saw in my thumbnail, just maybe soon being trained on that. But my question is, where was campus police? Now, the teachers are probably trained, but the campus police or security just might be. That's what I was concerned about. Where was the campus safety officer, school resource officer? Guess they don't have them in Florida, or not at this school. Now, according to Fusco, this is not the first time this has happened. This has happened before, unquote. Now, there's another one. This has been going on and on. As you saw in the video, they have done nothing. Now, my thing is, did this teacher just have had enough? And were there any video footage of this? I think not, because they went to I guess what you call the padded room. I'm just saying. Now, according to the police report obtained by People magazine, the incident began when two students in the classroom, 4 and 5 years old, began throwing things around the classroom and at the teachers, along with flipping the chairs, unquote. Well, 4 and 5 year olds, it shouldn't be that easy to handle, 4 and 5. Then again, depending on the size of the 4 and 5 year olds. You don't know what they're eating today. So they're eating something they're putting in the water, food, milk. They're 3 times the size by the time they get 10 of the body of a 20-year-old. Okay, now, other faculty members separated the students while Meadows took the 5-year-old to a nearby cool-down room. So it's called a cool-down room, I guess, with no cameras. So with no security or police escort, I'm saying, things that make you go, I guess you can handle 4 or 5-year-olds. Moments later, she radioed other staff that she needed support. Now, I guess this is, I don't know who's talking here. Hey, Fusco, the union. He actually ran and attacked and jumped on her with his whole body weight. She fell and hit her head, which caused a severe injury and other bodily injuries where she is going to need surgery, unquote. Now, I don't know how she can come up with that because you were not there. I don't know what report you read. I don't know, but maybe she got the statement from Meadows. Meadows somehow made her way out of the room on her own strength, the responding officer wrote in the report. I guess they probably got there. I guess she was dragging herself down the hall. He said he found her sitting on the ground against the wall and in a faint state. He said he had to hold her up as she was clearly weak and dazed, unquote. I guess this is the police officer that finally arrived on the scene. When she began coughing and dry heaving, the officer laid her on her side and held her up straight to maintain an open airflow and prevent possible choking, the report says. Then the teacher lost consciousness. I attempted to get a response from Meadows by asking if she could hear me or feel me touching her arm, to which I didn't get a response, the officer said in a report. Okay, she was rushed to a local hospital with injuries so severe she had to be, intubated. According to Fox 13 Bay reports, she must have been in some pretty serious condition. I think she may have suffered a concussion, but she has been, since that time, released from the hospital, good people. No arrests have been made and no charges have been filed with the state's attorney's office at this time. Though the child will not be charged, the report does list 2 criminal charges: aggravated assault with hands, fists, and feet, aggravated battery to cause bodily harm or disability. That's a flat-out contradiction. Though the child will not be charged, the report does list 2 criminal charges. But the child will not be charged. So, I guess you are listing the offenses, I guess I would say, the incident, or what occurred. But if we were to proceed with charges, those would be what we'd present to the state attorney's office, according to Mr. Conwell. Well, that's not going to happen. Not going to charge a 5-year-old. The situation was investigated by Pembroke Pines Police and handled in accordance with district protocols. Now, due to the privacy laws, the district is not able to provide any additional information and defers to Pembroke Pines Police. The district attorney sounds good on paper, says Fusco, but their actions didn't show that. They're not going to arrest a 5-year-old, ma'am. Get over it. calling the school environment unsafe, which says this should never have happened. Our school district knew about the level of violence this student possessed, but the sense of urgency wasn't there from school leadership or our district leadership. So what you're saying is Ms. Meadows most likely will probably file suit and most likely will win for damages against that school district. Something has to be done so that he cannot cause this kind of damage to other students or to her again, according to Fusco. This particular student has injured Meadows in the past. Yes, we know. That's what's going to really solidify her case. It's not a one-time deal. This has happened before, which is going to make the settlement bigger. It's going to result in a relatively large settlement, other than the one-time incident. So, yes, I'm pretty sure the school, they say they don't have the funding for the safety or whatever. Well, you're going to have the funding to pay this woman exactly what you're going to have. You got that money. So, good luck to you, school district. But I'm just saying, she can handle 5 of you. I don't know. But then again, hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below, good people, or not. So, anyway, yes, seems to me that the teachers may have to take self-defense classes in the future. So anyway, until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
I'll understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.